Warning, your legs might be in danger, and you don't even know it yet. Are your legs feeling weaker, heavier, or more painful with each passing week? Is standing, walking, or climbing stairs turning into a daily struggle? This is not just aging, and what you're about to hear may leave you stunned. Because hidden in your everyday routine, your meals, your drinks, even your supplements, could be the real reason your strength is fading. In this eye-opening video, we are exposing a silent crisis that millions of seniors are unknowingly facing. Certain common foods you eat every day could be fueling joint pain and muscle fatigue. Even worse, 2 vitamins that are supposed to help you stay strong might actually be tearing your strength apart from the inside. Yes, the very pills you take to stay healthy may be draining your energy, weakening your muscles, and leaving your legs stiff, shaky, and sore. It's not a theory, it's a hidden trap built right into what you thought was helping you. And here's the scariest part. Most people have no idea. These harmless habits are quietly accelerating muscle loss, damaging your mobility, and putting your independence at serious risk. If you care about walking freely, staying active, and living with energy well into your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you cannot afford to skip this. Because the fight for your legs starts with knowledge, and this might be the most important health video you'll see this year. Number 15. Sweets and sugary desserts. This sweet habit is silently destroying your legs. After 60, and almost no one talks about it. Every spoonful of refined sugar triggers a storm of inflammation inside your body, especially in the muscles and joints that hold you up. That means more stiffness, more pain, and a faster breakdown of strength where you need it most, your legs. But it gets worse. Sugar doesn't just inflame your joints, it also sabotages your muscles' energy system. It raises insulin resistance, making it harder for muscles to access fuel. When that happens, your legs get weaker, slower, and more prone to injury. And as if that wasn't enough, sugar also contributes to weight gain, adding even more pressure on your knees, ankles, and hips. Every extra pound turns into extra stress, and your legs are the ones paying the price. Still think that donut is just a treat? For older adults, sugar is especially dangerous. As we age, we naturally lose muscle, but sweets accelerate that loss dramatically. And they offer nothing in return, no protein, no magnesium, no recovery nutrients, just empty calories that chip away at your independence. And here's something most people miss. Sugar wrecks circulation. It damages your blood vessels, reducing oxygen and nutrient delivery to your lower limbs. That means slower healing, weaker muscles, and constant fatigue in your legs. It's like cutting off the fuel line to your engine. Even worse, the chemicals hiding inside packaged desserts, like artificial dyes and preservatives, intensify inflammation, disrupting your body's balance and making recovery even harder. This is a toxic combo. Sugar plus additives equals a direct hit to your strength, balance, and freedom. But there is good news. You don't have to give up dessert forever. Swapping processed sweets for natural choices, like cinnamon roasted fruit or low-sugar homemade snacks, and to give you that same satisfaction without wrecking your body. So next time you reach for that sugary bite, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my freedom to move, walk, and live without pain? Number 14. Fried foods. After 60, every time you bite into a fried snack, whether it's a crispy nugget, a golden donut, or a handful of fries, you may be doing far more than indulging a craving. You could be sabotaging your legs without even realizing it. It doesn't happen overnight. The damage builds slowly, silently, but the truth is harsh. Once those fried oils hit your system, they trigger widespread inflammation, and your legs are one of the first places to suffer. Stiffness creeps in. Soreness lingers, joints become less flexible, and walking starts to feel like effort, not freedom. Worse still, the fat from these foods doesn't just inflame your joints, it disrupts your blood flow. Your muscles can't get the oxygen they need to recover or stay strong. And when blood flow is blocked, even the smallest tasks, like getting up from a chair or climbing a few stairs, start feeling heavier than they should. You might have felt it yourself, that sluggish, tired feeling in your legs after a fried meal. It's not just the calories. Your body is using up valuable energy to break down all that grease, leaving your muscles drained and unsupported. And then comes the weight, slowly creeping in with every extra serving. That added weight doesn't just sit there. It puts relentless pressure on your knees, ankles, and hips. And for someone already losing muscle mass with age, that combination is deadly for mobility. To make matters worse, fried foods offer almost nothing of real value to your body. No meaningful nutrients, no muscle-supporting proteins, just a flood of empty, oily calories that slowly chip away at the strength you've spent a lifetime building. The longer this pattern continues, the harder it becomes to stop. But change is possible. You don't need to give up flavor, you just need to shift the way you cook. Because what you put on your plate today decides how you'll walk tomorrow. So the question is simple. Are you feeding your strength or frying it away? 13. White bread. Behind its smooth texture and mild taste lies a nutritional trap. White bread isn't just empty calories, it's a fast-burning carb made from stripped-down refined flour, stripped of fiber, stripped of nutrients, leaving nothing but a sugar spike waiting to happen. And when that spike hits, your blood sugar surges. But the real damage begins inside your muscles, especially in your legs. Over time, this daily rise and crash in glucose doesn't just wear you out. It starts to drain your muscles of energy. The result? Fatigue, instability, and weakness that seems to appear out of nowhere. But it's not just aging. It's what's happening when your muscles aren't getting the fuel they need to stay firm and functional. Even worse, this pattern can push your body toward insulin resistance, making it harder and harder for your cells to absorb energy at all. It becomes a vicious cycle. Muscles grow weaker, your energy crashes, and your legs lose the strength they once had. And while white bread does all this damage, it gives back absolutely nothing. No fiber, no protein, no minerals to help your body repair. Just a processed, nutrient-poor filler that takes up space in your diet and leaves your legs more vulnerable with every bite. You might think, what harm can a little toast do? But over weeks and months, it adds up. Especially when that slice comes loaded with sugary spreads or fatty toppings that pack on pounds. Pounds that your legs, already more fragile with age, are forced to carry. The pressure builds, the inflammation grows, pain becomes more frequent. And one day, walking upstairs or standing for long periods just feels harder than it used to. This isn't just about bread. It's about how one quiet habit can erode your strength slowly, silently, until your mobility, your balance, even your independence is at risk. You don't have to give it up. You just have. To upgrade it. Whole grain, sprouted, or fermented breads offer a totally different effect. They support digestion, stabilize your blood sugar, and even help your muscles recover, especially when paired with protein and healthy fats like eggs or avocado. And if you're still watching, keep going, because in just a moment, you'll uncover the two most shocking vitamins that might be secretly damaging your legs even further. Don't miss what's coming next. Number 12. Alcoholic beverages. It starts with just one drink, a glass of wine, a casual beer. What once felt like relaxation is now a direct hit to your muscles, your bones, and your recovery. Here's the hard truth. As your body ages, its ability to process alcohol declines, fast. And what slips past your liver doesn't just disappear. It interferes with nearly every system responsible for keeping your legs strong, flexible, and pain-free. One of the first things to collapse, your ability to absorb essential nutrients. Calcium, magnesium, vitamin D. Without them, bones lose density, muscles lose function, and balance begins to slip. One wrong step, and a fracture could change everything. But it gets worse. Alcohol directly slows muscle repair. That means when your legs feel sore after walking or exercising, the healing process drags on. Recovery becomes sluggish. Pain lingers, and the risk of injury grows. You're not just tired, you're vulnerable. Then there's dehydration. Even small amounts of alcohol strip water from your muscles, making them stiff and cramp-prone. Those sudden leg spasms? The soreness in your calves? You may be blaming age, but the real cause could be your evening drink. Behind the scenes, alcohol takes a toll on your liver too, disrupting its ability to produce the compounds your tissues depend on to stay healthy and resilient. That one glass doesn't just stay in your stomach, it echoes through every joint and muscle group. And the weight gain, it creeps in quietly. Alcohol is packed with empty calories that settle right around the midsection, adding pressure to joints already under stress from aging. That extra weight turns every step into a burden, every movement into effort. Have you ever woken up after drinking, feeling sore, heavy, or unmotivated to move? That's not coincidence. It's your body revealing just how much damage alcohol does behind the scenes. Over time, this habit slowly chips away at your freedom to move, to walk confidently, to live independently. Inflammation rises, muscle loss accelerates, and your desire to stay active fades into fatigue. But now that you know, you have a choice. You can start protecting your body from the inside out. Number 11. Processed meats, bacon, ham, sausages, may seem like a convenient choice. Loaded with sodium and chemical preservatives, they ignite a firestorm of inflammation deep within your body. And the damage hits where it hurts most, your joints, your muscles, your knees and ankles. That morning stiffness you've been brushing off? That heavy, dragging feeling in your legs? It might be coming from what's on your plate, not your age. And it doesn't stop there. The saturated fats packed into these meats choke your circulation, slowing blood flow, starving your leg muscles of oxygen, and blocking the nutrients your body needs to stay strong. Over time, your lower body weakens. Not all at once, but gradually, relentlessly, until even simple movements like standing, walking, or climbing stairs begin to feel harder than they should. But the problem runs deeper. These processed products dump toxins into your system, overwhelming your liver and kidneys, which are already working overtime to keep you healthy. As they struggle to filter out the chemicals, your muscles pay the price. Fatigue sets in. Energy disappears, and your legs begin to feel heavier, less responsive, more unstable. Worse yet, the preservatives in these meats interfere with how your body processes glucose, slashing the amount of energy your muscles can actually use. The result? You feel tired, sluggish, and weak, and you may never realize it's your food doing the damage. It's easy to see why so many people fall into the trap. These items are everywhere, they're quick, they're familiar, but for aging bodies, especially legs already losing muscle mass, they're a hidden danger. Now here's the truth. You don't have to sacrifice flavor to protect your strength. Swapping out processed meats for clean, nutrient-rich proteins, like eggs, fish, chicken, or lean beef, can completely change the way your legs feel and function. Art with small changes. Replace the bacon with creamy avocado. Trade the sausage for a warm cooked egg. Swap the ham for fresh shredded chicken. The results come faster than you think. Your legs feel lighter, your balance steadier, your energy returns. Number 10. Instant noodles. It's fast, it's cheap, it's everywhere. Made mostly from stripped-down refined flour and packed with artificial chemicals, instant noodles offer almost nothing your aging body actually needs. No real protein, no fiber, barely any vitamins or minerals. One of the most dangerous aspects? The sodium. One single pack can blast your body with over half the salt you should consume in an entire day. That much sodium doesn't just bloat you, it causes your legs to swell, your joints to ache, and your circulation to suffer. And when blood flow slows down, your muscles starve. Oxygen can't reach where it's needed, nutrients don't arrive, and suddenly, a simple walk to the kitchen leaves you tired, sore, or unsteady. But it's not just the salt. Hidden inside the flavor packet are chemicals you'd never knowingly sprinkle on your food, preservatives, colorings, and MSG, all of which are linked to chronic inflammation. And even low-grade inflammation, when left unchecked, can destroy joint health, speed up muscle loss, and leave your legs feeling stiffer and more fragile with each passing week. And that's just the beginning. Because this kind of meal wreaks havoc on your metabolism too. With almost no fiber to slow it down, these noodles spike your blood sugar, sending insulin levels surging. Over time, this disrupts how your muscles absorb energy. The result? Your legs feel heavy, weak, and slow to respond, even if you haven't done much at all. It's a vicious cycle. Poor nutrition leads to weaker muscles. Weaker muscles mean less movement, and less movement leads to even faster decline. Number 9. Industrially made cakes. They smell like childhood and taste like happiness. These packaged sweets are loaded with refined sugar, trans fats, and artificial chemicals that don't just damage your health, they directly attack your joints, muscles, and mobility. Sugar spikes your insulin and builds fat around your waist, pushing your body into a state where it can no longer preserve muscle strength. Meanwhile, trans fats choke your circulation, starving your leg muscles of oxygen and nutrients, leading to weakness and stiffness that get worse with time. And the hidden chemicals, emulsifiers, dyes, and preservatives, spark chronic inflammation in the very joints you rely on to stand, walk, and move. What starts as mild discomfort can grow into daily pain and serious muscle decline. Worse, these cakes are nutritional dead zones. High in calories, but empty of protein, calcium, or magnesium, nutrients that aging muscles and bones desperately need. It's like pouring cheap fuel into a failing engine. The machine keeps running, but slower, weaker, and closer to collapse. And the worst part? Most people keep eating them simply because they're convenient. But convenience comes at a cost. Your strength, your balance, your independence. There's a better way. Swap them out for homemade options with real ingredients. Whole grains, natural oils, fruits. Your body will feel the difference, your legs will respond, and your energy will slowly return. Number 8. Ultra-processed cheeses. They melt, they spread, they taste great on toast. What feels like a creamy indulgence may actually be a dangerous mix of sodium, saturated fats, preservatives, and synthetic additives, all working together to damage your muscles, your joints, and your circulation. Here's the reality. The high sodium content in these cheeses doesn't just raise your blood pressure. It traps excess fluid in your body, leaving your legs bloated, stiff, and painfully heavy. At the same time, the saturated fats reduce blood vessel flexibility, choking off circulation to your lower limbs. And when blood doesn't flow freely, your muscles suffer. Nutrients don't arrive. Oxygen can't reach your tissues. Recovery slows. Weakness grows. But the danger doesn't stop there. These industrial cheeses are packed with preservatives and phosphates, chemicals that disrupt your body's mineral balance. Over time, this imbalance blocks proper absorption of calcium and magnesium, two critical elements your muscles and bones depend on. What happens next? Fatigue sets in. Joints ache, night cramps become common, and since your legs carry your weight every day, they're the first to break down. Another hidden trap? These products lack high-quality protein. Unlike traditional cheeses made with care, ultra-processed slices and spreads have gone through manufacturing methods that strip away essential amino acids. So even when you're eating, your muscles aren't being fed. And slowly, silently, you begin to lose the very strength that keeps you mobile and independent. Sound familiar? That drained, sluggish feeling after a processed meal isn't your imagination. It's the result of low-nutrient, high-additive foods that weaken your bones, inflame your tissues, and sap your energy. Suddenly, short walks feel long, stairs feel impossible, and the legs you once trusted start to feel foreign. All this because of the cheese on your sandwich. Swap the chemical-laced slices for fresh, minimally processed options like ricotta, cottage cheese, or farmer's cheese. They still taste great, but they actually support your muscles, not sabotage them. And don't go anywhere, because up next, we will reveal 2 vitamins that could be silently sabotaging your legs. What we found may shock you. Number 7. Industrial ice creams. While it may seem like the perfect way to cool off or reward yourself, industrial ice cream is one of the most deceptive threats to your mobility. Packed with refined sugar, saturated fat, and synthetic additives, it creates a storm of damage beneath the surface. First comes the sugar spike, fast and sharp, sending your blood glucose soaring, only to crash soon after. That sudden drop, it leaves your muscles starved for energy, especially in your legs, where fatigue, weakness, and heaviness hit the hardest. But the problem runs deeper. Those saturated fats don't just sit in your arteries, they slow blood flow, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your lower body. The result? Tingling, numbness, cramps, and over time, a gradual loss of strength and stability that increases your risk of falling. And while you're enjoying the taste, inflammation is building silently. Thanks to emulsifiers, artificial thickeners, and food dyes hidden inside the carton, your joints begin to ache, your muscles lose tone, and your legs start to feel more and more unreliable. The worst part? These frozen desserts offer zero real nourishment. No protein to rebuild muscle, no minerals to support your bones, just empty calories that make you feel sluggish, bloated, and worn out, long after the treat is gone. You may think it's just a dessert, but over time it's a direct attack on your mobility. And when your body is already fighting natural muscle loss with age, this kind of food accelerates the decline, leaving you with aching legs, reduced endurance, and less confidence to move freely. But the good news? You can still enjoy something sweet without feeding the weakness. Natural frozen alternatives made with fruit, unsweetened yogurt, or plant-based milks can satisfy your cravings while actually supporting your health. Number 6. Milk chocolates. Behind the rich taste lies a dangerous combination: high sugar, low-quality saturated fat, and barely any real cocoa. The sugar hits hard, flooding your bloodstream, spiking insulin, and burning through your muscle energy like fuel on fire. And when that crash comes, it leaves your legs tired, stiff, and too weak to carry you through the day. At the same time, the cheap fats and artificial additives in milk chocolate trigger chronic inflammation. This isn't just about bloating, it's the kind of inflammation that settles deep into your knees, hips, and ankles. The result? Joint pain, muscle tightness, a body that refuses to move like it used to. But it doesn't stop there. Most milk chocolates are stripped of real cocoa, the very ingredient that holds the antioxidants and flavonoids your body actually needs. What's left is a processed, chemical-laced product that overloads your liver, disrupts nutrient absorption, and leaves your muscles starving for support. You might think a small bite can't do much harm, but over time, those bites add up to aching legs, creeping weight gain, and knees that buckle under pressure. Your legs carry your life. Don't make them carry the consequences of poor food choices too. Still love chocolate? Chose dark chocolate, rich in cocoa, and free from artificial junk, can actually help your circulation and support muscle recovery when consumed in moderation. Number 5. Canned foods. Behind that easy-to-open lid hides a toxic mix of preservatives, sodium, and chemical additives, all of which worsen inflammation, weaken muscles, and impair circulation. Day after day, this leads to swollen legs, poor oxygen delivery, and slower recovery. For older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, the effects are even worse: fluid retention, stiffness, and chronic fatigue. And it doesn't stop with the ingredients. Most canned meats and vegetables lose their nutrients during processing, leaving behind empty calories and hidden toxins. Over time, this drains your energy and accelerates muscle loss, making walking, climbing stairs, or even standing up feel harder than it should. Even the cans themselves may pose a risk. Small amounts of aluminum can leach into your food and build up in the body, potentially harming nerves and muscle function, raising the risk of falls and instability. The truth, what looks like an easy meal might be feeding weakness, not strength. The solution? Choose fresh, frozen, or naturally preserved foods. Ditch the chemical overload and give your body the fuel it actually needs to move, heal, and stay independent. And don't go anywhere, because up next, we will reveal 2 vitamins that could be silently sabotaging your legs. What we found may shock you. Number 4. Filled cookies and processed snacks. What's inside these harmless treats? A chemical cocktail of artificial dyes, flavorings, trans fats, preservatives, and salt, designed to taste good but wreak havoc on your body. Each bite sends synthetic substances straight to your liver and kidneys, overloading them and interfering with how your body absorbs and delivers nutrients. Your muscles, especially in the legs, become the first to suffer. Low energy, poor recovery, and creeping weakness. Worse still, these snacks are loaded with calories, but offer almost zero protein, fiber, or minerals. For someone over 60, that's a disaster because your body already struggles to hold on to nutrients, and without them, muscle loss accelerates. And don't forget the sugar and hydrogenated fat. These ingredients trigger blood sugar spikes and crashes, inflame your tissues, block blood flow, and promote fat storage, particularly around the waist and hips, adding even more strain on your lower body. The result? Tired legs, swollen ankles, unstable steps, and over time, a body that feels too heavy to move. You may think the damage is gradual, but it's constant. Every snack contributes to the breakdown of your mobility, one small indulgence at a time. But here's the good news. Switching to natural snack bars made with whole ingredients can help reverse this trend. Fuel your body with what it truly needs, and your legs will respond. And in the next segment, we'll reveal 2 common vitamins that could be silently weakening your legs even more. What you learn might change everything. Number 3. Monosodium glutamate, better known as MSG. From seasoning packets to soups, frozen meals, and instant noodles, MSG is everywhere. And while it boosts flavor, it can also interfere with your nervous system, disrupt muscle control, and trigger inflammation that hits your legs first. Over time, this chemical doesn't just stay in your gut, it affects the neurotransmitters responsible for muscle contraction and coordination. For those who are sensitive, MSG can spark symptoms like tingling, headaches, tightness, and muscle fatigue. In your legs, that can feel like heaviness, stiffness, or even tremors. And it gets worse with age. As your body becomes more vulnerable to excitotoxins, the damage to nerve cells accelerates. This means slower signals, weaker movement, and a greater risk of losing balance or strength, even during basic tasks like walking or climbing stairs. MSG also promotes chronic inflammation in joints, muscles, and blood vessels, leading to swelling, poor circulation, and sluggish recovery in your lower limbs. Add in the high sodium levels often found in MSG-laced foods, and you get fluid retention, swollen legs, and a constant sense of fatigue. Even your energy levels aren't safe. MSG disrupts how your muscles process glucose, lowering their ability to turn food into strength. The result? More tired legs, more weakness, less ability to move freely. And here's the trap. Most people don't even know they're eating it. MSG often hides behind names like yeast extract, flavor enhancer, or hydrolyzed protein. You think you're just seasoning your food, but you're actually feeding a system that chips away at your mobility. The solution? Go natural. Choose real herbs, garlic, onion, lemon, or olive oil, ingredients that support your body, not sabotage it. And if that shocked you, stay tuned, because up next, we reveals the 2 common vitamins that might be silently weakening your legs when taken in excess. You won't want to miss what's coming. Number 2. Excess vitamin A. You've been told it's essential, that it protects your eyes, boosts immunity, and keeps skin healthy. If too much vitamin A can become a silent enemy. What most people don't realize is this. Your body's ability to process excess vitamin A drops sharply with age. And when it builds up, it doesn't just sit quietly. It starts attacking from the inside. One of the first red flags? Muscle pain in the legs and lower back. Often mistaken for joint issues or spine trouble, this deep soreness is actually a sign of vitamin A overload inflaming your muscle tissue. Excess vitamin A can interfere with calcium and magnesium absorption, two minerals your muscles desperately need to contract and relax. Without them, cramps, spasms, and weakness set in fast. Even simple movements like standing up, walking, or climbing stairs can become difficult. When vitamin A accumulates in the liver, it begins to disrupt energy production, cutting off the power your muscles need to function. Over time, this leads to a slow, steady decline in strength and mobility. But perhaps the most dangerous effect? Bone demineralization, especially in the legs and hips, where every step depends on stability. If you already struggle with osteopenia or osteoporosis, too much vitamin A can sharply raise your fracture risk, turning a small stumble into a serious injury. And here's the part that often gets ignored. Most of these problems don't come from food. They come from high-dose supplements and fortified products, where vitamin A levels far exceed what your body needs. Liver, egg yolk, carrots, pumpkin, these natural sources are safe and balanced. But self-medicating with powerful pills or multivitamins without proper guidance? That's where the real danger begins. And if that shocked you, stay tuned, because in the final segment, we will reveal the single most dangerous vitamin for your legs when taken in excess. What we uncover next might just change your daily routine forever. Number 1. Excess vitamin D. Most people over 60 are told to supplement vitamin D. But here's the danger. When you take too much, it doesn't just leave your system, it builds up. Because vitamin D is fat-soluble, your body stores the excess deep in fatty tissues, where it can quietly accumulate and trigger a chain reaction of harm. The first sign? Aching, burning muscles, stiff legs, cramps that don't go away. That's not just age. It could be hypervitaminosis D, an overload that pushes calcium levels dangerously high in your blood, a condition known as hypercalcemia. And when calcium floods your system, it begins to calcify soft tissues, including the muscles, tendons, and joints in your knees, thighs, and calves. The areas you rely on to walk, stand, and live independently slowly become stiff, inflexible, and sore. Even more alarming, your nerves suffer too. Excess vitamin D disrupts the electrical impulses that control movement, leaving you with poor coordination, unstable steps, and a sense of weakness that creeps up day by day. But it doesn't stop there. High doses of vitamin D also strain the kidneys, which are responsible for filtering minerals and keeping your body in balance. When they're overwhelmed, you may experience worsening leg swelling, fatigue, and deeper muscle pain. It becomes a vicious cycle. More vitamin D, more calcium buildup, weaker kidney function, more leg problems. And the worst part? Most of this happens to people who thought they were doing the right thing, taking high-dose supplements without testing, believing more is better. But when it comes to vitamin D, excess can be just as dangerous as deficiency. So what's the solution? Simple. Test first, supplement later, always under medical guidance. Never guess. Never self-dose. Because the price of guessing wrong might not just be a few aches and pains, it could be the slow loss of your ability to walk, move, or live freely. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe, so you never miss another video that could protect your health and your future.